Well, this I find very illogical because no matter how many foreigners are in any country, they're never going to be more, quantitatively speaking, than nationals of any given country. And so one of the areas I've done a lot of work in is child sexual exploitation in travel and tourism. And there's a lot of myths around the foreigners that are fueling the trafficking for sexual exploitation.
For instance, in the Philippines, 85 to 90% of sexual crimes against children were committed by Asian nationals. Similarly, in Cambodia, 75% of sexual exploitation cases against children are committed by Cambodian nationals.
There is always a perception created that the demand for sexual exploitation of children or even women is coming from foreigners, and very often Western foreigners. And I think there are a number of reasons why this might be the case. In one sense, perhaps some of the sensitivities within the country mean it is easier to sort of point the finger and say it's a foreign problem, these foreigners coming into our country and sexually exploiting children. But I also suspect there's another fairly simple fundamental reason why, and that is it is easier to spot a foreigner, a Westerner, with a local child.
These cases make bigger headlines. These cases involve embassies. They involve sometimes they involve Interpol. They involve large organizations. They make a lot of waves in the media.
So firstly, they're not all white, and secondly, they're not all men. And so the majority of tourists and travelers to any Southeast Asian country are also Asians from other Asian countries. The highest number of tourists to Thailand, for example, are South Koreans. Then you've got Malaysians, Singaporeans, Japanese, Indians, and we're talking about the whole region. So when we're talking about foreigners, we have to be clear about where these foreigners are coming from.
Is one thing that we're also increasingly seeing more of is more sort of intra-regional travel by child sex offenders. So say, for example, if we talk about Thailand, then travelers coming from East Asian countries for holiday here, and they may end up sexually exploiting children. So yes, definitely the large majority of offenders are nationals. Then we could probably say more regional offenders, but of course foreigners do also come and sexually exploit children.